Welcome athletes to today's workout. It is the second week of our third month, so we're putting things together, working on the details, controlling our speed, as well as learning how to live a life of a champion. Stick around, sweat hard, and join us for a read-along as we celebrate Drop Everything and Read Week together, because readers are leaders. Let's go.
Hands on back, feet on floor. We are awesome. Feet together. Curve down seat. Pops. Shake out those fingers, shake out those toes, full body wiggles, and jump right in to this week's workout. Heartbeat. We're gonna step back into that guard stance. Hands are up. We're gonna rotate our body. Do that palm strike. Yes, aim at that palm. And when you step forward, put our hands out as we step into a straight line. Bend the knees. Hands go back. Go yee-haw. And push down. Ka-chow. Feet together. Big bow. Courtesy. Let's do it again. Power set 3 part. Banana bone. Banana bone. Guard stance. Palm strike. Step forward. Ka-chow. Push down. Feet together. Courtesy. Whoop. We're going to do some challenges today with books. And the first challenge is you're going to get in that horse stance, put a book on your head, and see how long you can hold it there on your head without the book falling off. Hands high and tight. Self-discipline, doing the next right thing. With our speed, controlling our breath to go as slow as we need to freeze. 90 seconds, and it falls over, put it back up, shake it out, and try to beat that time. So balance that book like a crown on your head. Osmosis that knowledge. is you're gonna take that palm strike or a push down wherever the grown-up puts the book. You have to bonk it. If it's down low, that's 2 hands, but if it's up high, it's 1 hand or the other, but only 2 when it's down low. Go! Rotate as this hand goes to guard, punch. And then you're gonna bring it back to guard as you rotate that left punch out. From there, you put your hand up as if you're saying half a moose. Stay it like if you want. Moose. Bring this hand back as you switch it out for the pizza. Go nom 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 nom. Feet together. Let's do it again, friends. Kind of form yes, Manny. Una does today's sculptures. Heart. Beluga whale. Beluga whales are cool. Guard stance. Big hugs. And down. Bring it up. As the other hand, twist the bicep. Twist that belly over. And twist it back. And twist it forward. And twist it back. And twist it punch. Switch it. Boom. Punch. Boom. Banana. Boom. Chop. And switch. Ka-chow. Feet together. Curtsy. Thank you very much. And give yourself 2 claps. For the book challenge to work on the details of this form, they're going to try to smack you in the butt, boom boom, with that book. Ka-chow. And you're going to say, no thank you. No thank you. They might even read you a few pages of the book. And then try to smack you and be like, no thank you. And do not slap. Say no slaps. Make a fist. Thumb on the outside. Hit with the squishy. Boom. And then I'm going to go back to read you the book, show you a few pictures, make you do a silly dance, but then quickly control your speed. Nice touchdown. Hand up, back straight, no touches. Go. as if it's a pizza. The other hand up in a guard. And you're just gonna walk around. And when your grown-up says, big chop, you're gonna go, big chop, and then go back. Or you can go big chop, whichever you can finagle with those fingers of yours. But you're gonna walk around with one hand up, building good habits. Positive manner, hand up, looking strong. And when they say, half moves, big chop, you go, half moves, big chop. Never letting go of the book. Because when we can use our speed, we think before we act. Give yourself a big hug, super high five, and go, I don't want any trouble. You're gonna step back to that left foot, your hands are gonna go up, your right hand is gonna go up and make a roof block. Okay, roof block, and the other hand's gonna come all the way back and twist and punch. Again, I don't want any trouble. Guard stance, up block, twist and punch. Bring it back, let's do it at the same time. Up block, twist and punch. Nice. A little bit slower. Up block, twist and punch. And then one step, two step. 1, 2. And give yourself 2 claps. Take this up another level, bringing it up forward a chapter in our life of excellence. You're gonna take 2 books, and you're gonna step over one book, and step over the second book, and then, guess what? Dance. And do it again. You step over one book, a second book, and then airplane. So that's what you're gonna do. However you wanna get back to the front, you're gonna have 2 books on the ground, and you're gonna practice your 1 step, 2 step with big dinosaur steps or little baby elf steps. You pick the literary character that you want to pretend to be in this moment, and use those books to train you big steps for your 1 step, 2 step with those hands up. Go! having trouble is you're gonna be holding a book. And your girl's gonna come over and try to bonk you on the head, and you're gonna be like, I'm in trouble. They call you a funny name. I don't want trouble. Try to bonk you on the head. You're gonna up block, and you're gonna use the book to do an up block and then punch. So you're gonna work on being awesome and also controlling your speed, because we don't just run around biting and punching people. Focus on one thing, and when they come and either tell you that you're silly, you're saying, I don't want any trouble, tell you you're smelly, I don't want any trouble, but if they try to bonk you on the head from this position, use that book for an unblock and lovingly punch. Because that, my friend, is what we do with our speed. We can quickly think, should I do this or should I not do this? Do we randomly go punch people? No, but if someone puts our hand on us, we quickly protect. If they call us a silly name, we know the truth. We don't have to punch them. 3 minutes.
who is a fantastic author that has written many, many books that have crossed generations in her inspiration. So in her honor, you can sit down and just listen to this story, or you can sit down, do sit-ups and push-ups during this allotted time, but make sure that you are listening. Make sure that you take this moment to sit down and read and get comfy and let us learn together, because readers are leaders. You are loved. Let's go.
Hello friends, join us today for Read Along with Sir Declan. The book is The Day the World Lost Its Color by Don Mathias, written and illustrated. Dun, dun, dun. One day, Chuck woke up, got out of bed, and realized that the world had lost its color. His t-shirt was no longer yellow, the sky was no longer blue, and the grass was no longer its familiar green. Stunned, Chuck ran over to his friend, Succotash's house, and said, "Succotash, the world has lost its color. Your house is no longer red, your shirt's no longer blue, and that donut you're eating no longer has pink frosting or colored sprinkles on it." "Gross! No wonder this donut tastes so bland," Succotash said. Throwing it over his shoulder, "We need to tell Grace." So together, Chuck and Succotash ran down the street to Grace's house. "What's going on?" Grace asked. "Grace, the world has lost its color," Chuck said. "Your hair is no longer brown, your shirt's no longer purple, and your eyes are no longer green." "This is terrible. This is horrible. This is a calamity. This is a calamity. I have to have color in my wardrobe or else I'll look as plain as you two," Grace exclaimed. "We have to tell JR." So Chuck, Succotash, and Grace made their way down the street to JR's house. On the way, they ran into Oliver, the big green monster who lived under Chuck's bed. "Where are you guys going in such a hurry?" Oliver asked. "Oliver, we're on our way to JR's house," Chuck said. "The world has lost its color. Your fur is no longer green." "And what?" Oliver shouted. And then he quickly passed out. "JR, the world has lost its color," Chuck exclaimed. "Your shirt is no longer red, your eyes are no longer brown, and the basketball is no longer orange." "I knew it," JR said. "I knew there was some reason I couldn't make a basket." "JR, that's not why," Chuck replied. "You just have no game." "We need to tell Nick," Chuck said. "Tell me what?" Nick asked. "Oh, hey, Nick," Chuck said. "The world has lost its color. Your shirt's no longer red, that soda can's no longer purple, and leaves are no longer green." "Bro, that's weak," Nick said. "I can't live in a simplistic, monochromatic world of black and white that lacks any kind of diversity or color." Everyone was silent as they thought about what to do, because Nick was right. The world needed as much color as possible. There had to be something they could do to add color back to the world. And so they thought. And they thought. And they thought. And just when they thought they couldn't think any more thoughts, Chuck thought a thought that they all thought was unusually thoughtful. And more importantly, just might work. "Chuck, that's crazy enough that it might just work," Succotash said. "Chuck, that's perfect," Grace replied. "Chuck, you're the man," JR exclaimed. "My drink's empty," Nick muttered. So Chuck, Succotash, Grace, JR, and Nick all ran back to their homes, where they dug through their drawers and closets, and with their arms and pockets full of crayons, pencils, and pens, they got to work. They colored the sky blue, the grass green, and the trees brown. They colored the houses red, blue, and yellow. And they colored, and they colored, and they colored until everything was colored exactly the way it should have been. Or they would have you believe. "Oh, what a terrible dream," Oliver said. "Where is everybody?" Thank you for joining us for Declan's Read Along, April 2022. Drop everything and read week.
How was that book? What other books are you reading this month? What's your favorite book to be read to at night? We would love to hear about it. We would love to share it with the world, because you can't say this enough. We're stronger together, and leaders are readers. Let's keep growing together. Let's keep learning together, and I'll see you next week. Let's bow out of class. Hands on back. Ready. Step. Courtesy. I'm a dedicated to the martial arts, and I live by the principles of black belt, and they are integrity, concentration, perseverance, respect and obedience, self-control, humility, indomitable spirit, knowledge, power, black belt. See you soon. I love you. Bye.